Hey, remember this? It's time to finish this off. We built a kit earlier. Now we're gonna add some body post mounts, some new CVDs, because the dog bones in here, they're not gonna work that well. We're gonna add some new foam tires. Yeah. And we're gonna do the body. So I guess we'll start with the body. So the first thing we're gonna do with this body is that we're gonna use a pen and draw where we gonna cut, at least do the first cut. So yeah, so we're gonna draw in this. It doesn't have to be that super precise because we're gonna be using these scissors, if it can focus, later on. I'm technically drawing on the outside of the protective film. That way you don't destroy for when you're painting later. And these lines should only serve as a sort of guide, so I know what to cut. Yeah. This is always going to be a little bit tricky, but I tend to want to start here, make a rough cut in the back. So that's the wing. I'm gonna cut that out separately. Now these squares can be cut out if you want some extra fins on this, but yeah, I'm gonna ignore those. Now these cutoffs, I usually save these because you can do some paint tests with these. So I'm gonna start cutting this out now. It's always annoying. Here we go. So now we have the rough cut out. And it's gonna be sitting something like this. But as you can see, it's a bit too high. So for that we need the new magnetic mounts. I need to assemble this. So these go together like this. I screw these in. should really use Loctite, but I don't think it's going to be necessary. So, famous last word, I guess, but these are cheap. I can just buy more. In fact, I have more. Like this. You can tighten them if you want. Well, that'll work. I had a slight magnet explosion. Yeah. So this thing kind of exploded when I tightened it. Fortunately, I have two more. So I have one extra. It could be useful. It's a matter of putting these where they should go. So they're tiny. So now I've let me show you. I'll attach these here with tape to keep them a bit straight. Need to figure out a better one because these are very thin body posts. But what I'm gonna do now is put it where I need it, roughly. And then we're gonna measure where my measuring thingy is. So, slide ruler is gonna do the job today. So I'm just gonna measure the difference between this and this edge. 45. 45. Okay, I'm gonna cut it down by 40 millimeters and we'll see how it's gonna fit down. So, okay, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna attach these as they will be, more or less permanently, in the right direction. Same with these. They need to be attached. Probably some tape around it and maybe a screw or a body clip, something like that. Yeah, and then we're gonna do other things. Now the body is roughly complete. Still gonna trim a little. Right. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna clean it and paint it with this liquid mask stuff. At least like 4, maybe 5 layers. And then I'm gonna go and paint it. But that's for a little bit later because this needs to be done. Okay. So one of the things I need to do with this is we're gonna check the shocks first. See if we can. Pull one off. Right, so gonna see if we can remove the spring. So the question is, are these oil filled? Answer is no. So they're not oil filled. We're gonna pull it, take off all the shocks, and we're gonna fill them. Okay, so the shocks are off. We're gonna do two things. We're gonna take off so we're gonna replace it with these CVDs. Basically, these are adjustable CVDs, but they're gonna work pretty well. Just insert them right here somehow. Right. I guess we just have to remove this. So we can remove this thing here and insert this, insert the hex immediately. Gets easier then. Like that. And then Great. Now to insert this correctly. Attach that. And tighten. Good. Now great. Now this here should be installed correctly and spin. I'm gonna do the same thing with this. Hopefully it's gonna be a little bit easier now that I know what I'm doing. Okay. So we're not gonna reuse these, maybe for some other project, or if I'm gonna drift on carpet or something. Instead, we're gonna use these. Some nice foam tires. Probably bought it a little bit too cheap, but you know, why not? It's not like they're gonna break the first time I use them. Okay, so shock oil has a tendency to get really messy. So I have paper and we'll see. I got some 400 CST oil. I don't know if it's the right one, but I'm just gonna start filling a little bit. Let's see here. Roughly like that. Cap. And we'll see if this. Good. So here we go. Bit of shock oil. Wasn't that messy. Now to attach that. We can do the front first. There we go. Right, foam tires, shock oil, bit of hydro ride height. Can you tighten these a little bit? Okay, so I've now put this liquid latex, this liquid mask on the inside, and I've been drawing some simple pattern. It's gonna be black in the back, yellow in the front, and some white stripes all over. So yeah, so we're gonna begin with removing the areas where we're gonna have black. So use this scalpel, X-Acto blade, carefully cut out. I may have applied too much of this stuff in places. That's the first area. It's gonna take some time. So let's cut these out. That was easy. And now the two biggest, actually three biggest pieces. Hardest pieces. So first so first we go with the racing lines. Okay, let's do it. I think that's that. Now I can start painting this. Yeah, so I'm gonna paint black. Let's continue with this. Let's remove the tape. I added tape to protect, so I could actually see lines here. I might need to. Now I can follow these lines. Okay. I think I need to clean this up. Remove all the specks of paint and, you know, these things. And then I'm gonna paint it the next color, which is gonna be yellow. So yeah, I need to clean things up a little, something like this. So let me clean this up, and next time you see this, it's gonna be yellow. We are very close to the end. We're just gonna start gluing. We have the body painted. Don't have any stickers yet, but that's coming. So we're gonna glue this on. So what I'm gonna do is first I'm gonna push down the antenna. Then we're gonna glue the rear magnets first. Gonna put some of this nice glue here. This is E6000, so you can find that. Now all we have to do is try and line this up properly. Line this up in the rear. So everything is even. Right? And then we put heavy stuff in front and on top. So I think we're gonna do the screwdriver. And then this light on top. Just like that. Now we're just gonna let it be for a while and hope for the best. I'm gonna, when this is dry, I'm gonna glue this, and then I'll be back showing how to glue, how to attach the magnets securely. So yeah, I'll be back. I've glued this down. I see I need to adjust, but I can do that later. It's a little bit tall on the back. I think I can rework these clips a little. So there's one problem. As you can see, it didn't stick that well. So I'm going to use a pair of tweezers and re-stick that. Maybe a little bit of glue there. Okay, so we're gonna stick this down even better. But first, we're gonna take this wing and we're gonna mount it. I'm gonna take all of these things. A few things here. The best thing to do is push through this and attach the plastic. That's enough. Now, oh right, never mind. Before you go, we need to start removing the film. So now we have a wing. And we're gonna start. We can do that later. So we're gonna start removing the white stuff here. To do that, we might need to cut a little bit in the paint. Let me just see. It's okay. Right, so I managed to remove a little black on the inside here. If it can focus here. But I think we can, let's see if we can use a pen, maybe. Nope. But we can paint that later. So that's no biggie. Right, so to attach these in a better way, so we're gonna put a suitably sized piece of tape. If I had a pair of scissors. Here we go. Right. And you put this, maybe trim the corners. Let's place this over. And this method is sort of borrowed from Kevin Talbot, but for different reasons. Placing this there, and then trim a little. Good, now we have a good strong mesh. Now we see if we can use this glue. that's enough. We have this little tool here I find useful. Now I don't put any glue over the magnets themselves, because that will kind of make them too weak. Yeah. Now this is done. Cool. This is the last physical thing we need to do, but now you just get the glue and apply stickers. This is kind of the fun part. This is where you now reveal all the mistakes you've done. Among other things, here in the front, I only painted this thing, not this thing. But stickers. Yeah. Let's see where I put them. Oh, here they are. Cool. So I'm gonna apply these, and then we're gonna go outside and drive it. Yeah. Before we go out and drive, I would like to ask you something. I would like a sheep kit. I'm thinking of maybe a Tamiya. So give your suggestions, but in the meantime, because it's gonna take a little while, I have this thing, this fun bag, and I'm doing something cool with this. So I have a few other things, so write a comment and let's see you out on the streets.